Giving his third speech, titled 26.2, please welcome Cameron Call.
It was Saturday, June 12th, 2010. I woke up at 3:30 in the morning with my heart racing a million miles an hour. Today was the day my wife and I have been waiting for 9 months. No, we weren't having a baby, but this was the day that I was going to run a marathon. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I want to tell you my story running a marathon and some things I learned along the way. Now, I'm not an experienced runner. My legs may be long, but the furthest they had ever carried me was over or into the 110-meter hurdles in high school. As a newlywed, I'd recently picked up running as my exercise of choice, and after running 2 to 3 miles a day for about a month, I figured it can't be that hard to stretch that to 26. Feeling somewhat invincible, I registered to run the Utah Valley Marathon. I had no idea what I was doing. I bought a new pair of Nikes and slowly started to increase my mileage and my distance every week. I quickly realized it was going to take a lot more work than I had thought it would to be ready to run 26 miles. I had no idea what I'd got myself into. I started to second guess my decision, my level of commitment, and how realistic it was for me to run a marathon. But I decided to try. I kept to my homemade, not really sure what I was doing, training schedule, and over the next 9 months, sure enough, I got stronger. My legs grew more comfortable carrying me further distances than I ever thought was possible. And before I knew it, race day was here. I woke up, jumped out of bed, got rid of some nerves in the bathroom, if you know what I mean, and ran out to the bus stop where I was dropped off at the starting line, where me and 1,000 other runners waited for the race to begin. This was it. 9 months had led to this morning. I'd sacrificed multiple Saturday morning sleep-ins, late-night movies with my wife. I even failed organic chemistry because I was so focused on training rather than studying. I passed it with flying colors the second time, though. But there was no going back now. And then bang! The gun went off, and the race had begun. The first 19 or so miles went pretty smoothly as it was mostly downhill, and I was feeling pretty good. I'd averaged about 8.5 minute miles pace, and I get to mile marker 21, and I started seeing people line the roads as they started to cheer on other runners. I started to hurt a little bit more than I expected to. I see my wife there on the side of the road with the camera, a shirt with my name on it, and a smile, and it was just the pick-me-up I thought I needed. However, at mile marker 22, both of my quadriceps cramped up like I had never experienced in my life. The pain was so severe it knocked me to the ground. And I sat there on the side of the road and sobbed like a baby as I tried to figure out how to get rid of the cramping and the pain. And then it hit me. I had drank plenty of water the entire race, but not a single serving of electrolytes. My muscles were completely fatigued. I felt defeated and like a failure as I sat there after 9 months of training trying to figure out how to get up. But with everything I could muster, I stood up, wobbled to mile marker 23 to the aid station, stuffed myself with orange slices and Powerade, and continued on. I made it to the home stretch, the last quarter mile. Of course, I was jogging just past a walking pace, but I was jogging. And as we got closer to the end, huge crowds of people lined the barricades. Less than 200 yards to go. I started to sprint. My legs locked up just as they had before, and I ran straight-legged across the finish line. And then I collapsed again into my knees. When I got up, my wife was the first person I saw. We embraced and I sobbed again like a baby, not only because of the pain, but because the realization had hit me that I had accomplished my goal. I ran 26 miles. 26.2 miles. I think about that day a lot and what it taught me. And it wasn't the finishing of the race that I'm most proud of, although I do consider one of my biggest accomplishments. It was the journey it took to get there, the change and the growth I'd experienced all along the way. The demons I had conquered when I wanted to give up and quit. I tell myself regularly that if I can run a marathon, I can do anything. Fellow Toastmasters, Yoda might disagree, but every accomplishment starts with our decision to try. There might be something you've been wanting to accomplish, but keep pulling it off for one reason or another. Stop and try. Chances are you'll surprise yourself and you'll grow into someone you never thought you were capable of becoming.